Hi, friends. Happy Monday. So, even though I try to live my life where I'm very conscious on a daily basis and I'm very aware of how I'm showing up, a lot of patterns, and try not to repeat things and just make better choices every day, I still am not perfect and I'm still human and I still have my moments where I occasionally slip back to old habits. Well, I consider myself a pretty patient person. I mean, I don't have kids, so, what do I have to lose my patience about? But I also have been trying to exist more in my feminine energy. So we all have masculine and feminine energy in us, right? But I used to exist more in my masculine per my conditioning. Well, in the last couple of years, definitely much more conscious of that. And one of the big things for me has been asking for help and being able to receive things, right? But I've gotten way, way better, much, much better. I have had very interesting experiences since I moved to Texas, though, about asking for help. So when I bought this RV, the owner said, "Hey, we upgraded the mattress in the bedroom. It's a standard king and it's memory foam, it's organic cotton." And I did remember him saying that there's a hard side and a soft side on the mattress. Well, for the last couple months, I figured out that I've been sleeping on the hard side and it's not the best. So instead of trying to replace the whole mattress, let me flip it. So I got fixated on that's what I wanted to get done the other day. Well, there is what is where I found myself slipping back to old patterns in terms of getting hyper focused on something specific. And I love when you get these little moments that happen in your life that can be completely, this silly situation can be completely applied to so many other places in my life currently. So it's pretty funny to be able to make those connections. Well, got hyper focused on this fact that I want to flip this mattress and I want to get it done today because I have grounding pad, mattress cover, all this kind of stuff. I had already taken it all off. I was trying to do it myself. And if anybody's ever been in a fifth wheel bedroom that's up at the top, they know that it's not very tall and it's not very wide. It's not a lot of room, especially because it's an actual king and not an RV size king. So I'm in there dripping in sweat, struggling, and I got this close to getting it, but because it's memory foam, it kept falling on top of me. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll ask for help at this point. Go outside, look around, see which neighbors are home. And like I said, I've had a very interesting interactions and experience with asking for help since I moved to Texas. So I'm much more careful about that and conscientious of it. And I do have one neighbor or two neighbors that I know I can ask for help for things. So notice my neighbor's cars are there. So I text my neighbor like, "Hey, are you around? Would you be able to help me?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm napping right now, maybe later." And I was like, great. So here I am, hyper focused on this, and I want to get it done now, but he's not available right now. And so, of course, I get impatient and I'm like, well, I don't want to freaking wait for him. He's napping. So, in the middle of the afternoon. So, I go back in there and I start, implementing all kinds of other things to try to do this. And I end up stubbing my baby toe really hard. I end up dropping my salt lamp on my other foot. And I said, okay, okay, I got it, universe. I got it. I need to slow my freaking roll and be patient because it's not like no one is available to help me. I just have to be patient about when they are available to help me. That is not necessarily on my timeline. So I do some other things in the meantime, and then he finally, gets back to me a couple hours later and was like, "Hey, do you still want help?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." Comes over to help me. Totally doubted that we could do it, and I was like, "No, you don't understand. I almost got this myself. You're here now. We can totally do this." So flipped it. It was good. It was great. I was super grateful. But that was such an amazing example of how just because something we want isn't coming and isn't happening right now doesn't mean it's never going to, and it doesn't mean it's not for us. And it was such a good reminder of that because there's other things in my life that I'm working on that I'm like, okay, why isn't it happening now? But It's teaching me trust and patience. To know that it's never going to happen. It just doesn't mean it has to be on my timeline. How can you practice more patience and trust that things will work out the way they are supposed to work out in the timeline they are meant to work out, that is for your highest good? Have some patience and trust that everything is going to work out way better than you ever could have imagined.